After winning week 1 versus Rain, your LA Wakers are back, and this time they're taking on Sun. The Rochester Rhydons, led by IronBoffin, have a dangerous team led by Torkoal. And with the Sun it provides, it can give Roaring Moon a photosynthesis boost, as well as making Cresselia even harder to take down because of Moonlight being boosted. Their Terra Captain Venusaur doubles its speed in the Sun and can become a fire or fairy type, and even Tropius can do something with Harvest. Outside of Sun Pokemon, he has Goldengo, one of the best Pokemon in the meta, and 2 bulky waters in Vaporeon and Azumarill. If he doesn't want Torkoal to set up rocks, his mascot Rhydon can, and he can also set up sticky webs with his second Terra Captain Galvantula that can terastallize into electric, ice, or ghost type. Or he could even stop my offense with Fake Out Ambipom. Because of his physical threats like Ambipom and Roaring Moon, I'm taking Piloswine off the bench, with Eviolite to tank hits. My defense and HP EVs mean I don't go down to a Choice Band Roaring Moon's Outrage boosted by Photosynthesis, and can knock it out with Avalanche. I'm also not 2-hit KO'd by Choice Band Ambipom's double hit, can live a Make It Rain from Goldengo and deal with it via Earthquake, set up Stealth Rock for my team, and also Ice Shard to weaken Venusaur. But Piloswine isn't the only Pokemon coming off the bench this week, as we also have a physically defensive Thundurus Incarnate that can live a +6 Azumarill's Aqua Jet, and KO it back after a Belly Drum with Thunderbolt. Weather Ball gives me a strong hit in the Sun versus Goldengo and Venusaur. Prankster Rain Dance allows me to get rid of Sun, weakening Roaring Moon, as well as stopping Venusaur's speed. I went with that over Thunder Wave just in case Venusaur was Lumberry. My last move is U-Turn, allowing me to get off a huge hit versus Roaring Moon, bringing in my giant threat, Entei. My Entei is Eevee to be faster than Max Speed Cresselia and Goldengo and can deal with them via Sacred Fire, because in the Sun, Sacred Fire 2-hit KOs even physically defensive Cresselia. My Terra Normal Extreme Speed allows me to pick off a weakened Roaring Moon or Venusaur, and Trailblaze can allow me to boost my speed on a free switch. Last, I have Solar Beam to knock out Eviolite Rhydon from full, but also 2-hit KO Vaporeon. Even though my opponent has Sun and her Shifu Surging Strike will be weakened, that doesn't mean I'm going to leave it at home. I'm just not using Surging Strikes. Assault Vest or Shifu is pretty insane in this matchup. Can live a +2 Shadow Ball from Goldengo, can live a +2 Giga Drain from Venusaur, and can tank hits from Cresselia. With an Adamant Nature and Max Attack, or Shifu can 2-hit KO even physically defensive Vaporeon. U-Turn allows me to get momentum and also keep Cresselia weakened. Fire Punch deals with Goldengo in the Sun, and Poison Jab allows me to check Azumarill. Or Shifu's Natural Bulk also lets it take multiple moves from Roaring Moon. But we're not just going with one Assault Vest this week, we have 2 with Assault Vest Max Special Defense Cyclizar, allowing me to Rapid Spin away Stealth Rock from Torkoal and knock off items. Temper Flare pairs extremely well with Rapid Spin, because if Goldengo comes in the spin block, Temper Flare is then doubled in power, allowing me to knock it out from full if Sun is up. And U-Turn allows me to bring in my other teammates safely. Cyclizar's main role is to come in on Cresselia, Goldengo, and Venusaur. But because Calm Mind Cresselia could be a threat, I have Encore Screamtail last, which not only outspeeds Cresselia, but gets a speed boost in the Sun due to Photosynthesis. I wanted a win con, so I went with Calm Mind, Boom Burst, Flamethrower, and Weakness Policy, because after a Calm Mind, I can take a Make It Rain from Goldengo, and before a Calm Mind, I can take a Sludge Bomb from Venusaur and knock them out with super effective or neutral moves. Screamtail also being around means that if my opponent does bring Choice Band Roaring Moon, they can't click Outrage. So that's my team for week 2 of the PPL Pokemon Draft League. If you are enjoying the Pokemon Draft League content, let me know by leaving a like and consider subscribing. There's a playlist down below of my week 1 game, and I also have a bunch of other draft leagues I've been in. And these draft league games are uploaded every Sunday. Also be sure to check out my opponent IronBoffin. He's such a great guy, and I'm so happy that he's back in draft. Lastly, I want to give a big shout out to Amel, Maverick Shooters, Owen, and Tony Flagon for all the help this week, as well as Pedro for the awesome editing. I've held you up long enough, so let's get right into the battle. So here we are with my week 2 draft game for the PPL Pokemon Draft League. Playing my boy Boff. He's a great guy. I had an awesome chance to get to know him at the last A-Drive event. He brought Ambipom. I'm glad I went a little bit more physically defensive on my Piloswine. Definitely going to be a threat. I do like Piloswine as a lead. Pretty good into basically everything besides gold, which I have a pretty good pivot into. And I do want to get up rocks very early. Venusaur is a giant threat. He also brought Roaring Moon, both fantastic into me. Roaring Moon could also be banded as well. So it's definitely like not a great matchup. I'm fighting Rain and then Sun. But we'll see what we can do. If you do enjoy the Pokemon Draft League content, let me know. Leave a like and consider subscribing, and also subscribe to my boy Boff. So we do see the Goldengo lead. I have been completely outled. Is it on a balloon? It is not on a balloon. That's fine. I do have a max special defense Cyclizar that can take basically every hit it wants to go for. Also, he does risk basically an Earthquake, so it's a little bit harder, I think, for him to Nasty Plot unless he's Focus Sash or anything like that. But we'll make the Cyclizar play right now. tank the hit, and kind of go from there, potentially going for knockoff. We do want to be a little bit aware of the potential of a nasty plow or weakness policy set. With there being no sun up just yet, we're still a little bit scared. Maybe he fears me being special defensive, doesn't want to make a rain, ends up going out to Cresselia, and this works out for Cyclizar anyway because I can go for knockoff. Does switch out, so I'm assuming Cress? Yes, no, Cress, no? Is that Cress? That is Cress. Okay, we get a little bit of information here. I keep looking like as if Cress is holding a balloon, but why would Cress hold a balloon? It has levitate. I'm okay with this if I get paralyzed here by Cresselia's Thunder Wave, simply because, and it could be weakness policy, but that's whatever. I'll just knock off and then go for a U-turn and then encore it, but I'll go for knockoff here. Gives me a little bit of information. Also, him switching out first means that my Palo Slide is slower than Golden. I don't even know why I said that. It means he's not running the lagging tail set, the very known lagging tail. Let's see what we see. Weakness policy, Citrus. Okay, Thunder Wave, Citrus. Maybe for like a Shifu, T-Wave. This is amazing because I get a beautiful little U-turn here. I'm also gonna assume. I mean, it still could be Calm Mind, and if it's Calm Mind Store Power, then he's probably rejoicing that I didn't bring Overquill. But if it's T-Wave Citrus, no Citrus. It's also now 2-KO'd guaranteed by Entei's Sacred Fire. And U-turn's just very, very good into my opponent. Cyclizar's not really a mon my opponent likes switching into. And it being Thunder Wave, a lot less scary of a threat, I would say. I don't mind taking a Psyshock or a Moonblast here as well. It does go for Moonblast. Let's see how much it does. 343 to about 100, almost 100 damage. We get an unfortunate para right there. That's not too bad, though. Cresselia, Moonblast is about, yeah, almost 100 damage. It's not too bad. That's like little to no investment right there as well. Yeah, the para's a little annoying just because of regen, but I'm going to try and go for the U-turn here. He does switch out. Cool. Let's see. Lawrence is the Torkoal? Lawrence is indeed the Torkoal. Okay. That's not too bad. I can potentially get a U-turn off. Nice. And I do want to get up rocks. At the same time, though, I think Earthquaking is better. I'm actually going to bring out my Paliswan and go for Earthquake. The main reason I'm going for Earthquake, first off, I won't die. Secondly, if I get damage on this, Entei looks insane into my opponent's team. And the only Earthquake switching is Cresselia, which I can get up rocks on. So I'm going to go for Earthquake here. Potentially doing maybe half to this Torkoal, depending on its set. Torkoal, yeah, physically defensive takes 43 to 51. Does not kill me in one hit ever. Even like a Spec Solar Beam, I'll live just because of Eviolite. And also, Pokemon like Venusaur, if they come out on me, they don't kill me either. So it's a little bit interesting right now what my opponent wants to do. I'm assuming Crest comes out. Yep, switches out. If Venusaur comes hard out, that's a great turn for me. If it is Crest, that is Crest. I will use this as an opportunity to get up rocks. We'll also be able to, you know, waste a couple of Sun turns. My opponent might actually end up doubling here too after this turn just to bring in something like Venu. We're going to get up Stealth Rock though. If I take a Moonblast, that's not too bad either. It's about 88, so it does have some special attack investment, I will say. And also with rocks up, Calm Mind Screamtail looks very strong in this game. Shadow Ball. S-Ball. That did nothing. That actually did zero. And this is great now because, again, if Torkoal wants to come out and spin, that's one of the big things about his team. Only one form of hazard control. So if Torkoal wants to come out and spin, we're okay. And I have the, and S-Ball is supposed to be for my Screamtail, for sure. So I have, again, Cyclizar I think is my best play. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to do here besides that? Is there like a double I can make? I think Cyclizar is just free. I'm going to assume last move, and does double. Great double on my opponent's part. I don't even know what it is, but it's great. Like, there's not really, oh, but if it's Golden Go, that's fine. Golden Go is fine. Yeah, I don't really take too much from my opponent. And I also can threaten with a knockoff, which I think is amazing. But I'm actually going to U-turn because, if it is the Nasty Plot set, I bring out Entei now, and with Sun Up, I 2-KO every mon on the team. So, except for Torkoal. But yeah, U-turn is my best play. Nasty Plot's okay. And I don't really have to fear much. I don't even think that Crest has special attack. If it is, it's like 12 or maybe like 24 at the max. But U-turn's good. If he goes for sub, I'll Focus Blast. Let's see. Good job eating that up. 343 to 169. Okay. That did a lot of damage, I'll be honest. That did a lot of damage. Well, can we be honest? Can we be honest about things here? I think that did a lot of damage. Focus Blast. To my homie, obviously, I'm going to... that's just like, you know... That's a strong Pokemon. Strong Pokemon. Weak Pokemon. I'm just trying to win. With the Pokemon I drafted. Brody's first appearance in a battle. Now, if Torkoal wants to come out... I think this is a Korean Entei. Sunlight does fade. Which is sad, because I wasn't keeping count of turns. At all. Like, at all. So Crest actually eats this. Focus Blast. Torkoal does want to come out, it'd be good. I think Sacred Fire is still my play. But do I want to play a little bit more aggressive on Torkoal? No, I'll always Sacred Fire here. I think we always Sacred Fire, because if Torkoal takes rocks, plus the other 30% it's going to take from Sacred Fire, I'll be in a decent spot. And if Cresselia comes out, I'm not going to 2-hit KO it without Sun, which is unfortunate. But we're going to do decent damage to it. Ooh, wait, I might 2-hit KO without Sun. Ooh, okay, I definitely 2-hit KO now without Sun. That's for sure. So if Crest goes down, I don't have to worry about this thing at all. I don't want to miss, though, into Crest is the problem. Should I... and if I Terra, it's worse into... If I Terra, it's worse, right? If I Terra, it's worse because then I don't tank Golden Go's hits well. I'm trying to think, what do I want to do here to avoid having to give up, but also stop it? Just land. Just land. You're my Terra Cat. You know what? Forget that. Because best case would be Torkoal comes out and then still takes that damage. If Crest is gone, CCs from my Golden Go are, from my Urshifu are really good, and I'm Assault Vest. So I still have a Fire Punch after those 2 turns of rocks does knock out Golden Go, guaranteed. And it's very offensive. So let's see if we land. We do burn our first Sacred Fire of the season, which I will say I'm very excited about. I'm very happy about that. Ambipom is still a giant threat, especially if it is banded. The Venusaur is an insane threat into this team. But with Crest being this weekend, I am looking okay with my Screamtail. Now let's see if the next Sacred Fire likes to land. They do switch. I'm okay if they go Torkoal. I'm okay with Torkoal coming out. Lawrence is Roaring Moon? Lawrence was Torkoal. Okay, so it's going to take Stealth Rock, or is it Boots? It was Boots the whole time. And here's the pickles from last time. Okay, Boots. With the fur. What do I want to do here on you? So spin makes a lot of sense for my opponent. I think we can Cyclizar anyway. So it's Boots Torkoal, which is fair as an Entei switch-in. If they want to spin, that's fine. And if they want to get up rocks, like, I'll be okay. I also have Temper Flare, which doubles in power, so I will be able to knock out, what's it called? Let's see if they double there. They do get up rocks. That's fair. I will always go for Rapid Spin. If they want to go for Rapid Spin too, that's fine. Yeah, I'm going to go for Rapid Spin. Because if they go Golden Go, even, you know that Temper Flare gets doubled even if you get paralyzed. So it's such a sick move. Like, it will kill Golden Go whether I go for Rapid Spin and it fails or if I get paralyzed. But not if I get fully paralyzed. I'm saying, like, if I get paralyzed on the turn, if they go Golden Go right now, to just try and spin block. Let's see. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Because then CCs are free. That is Cresselia. I think Crest dies to the combination of Rapid Spin plus Burn. Let's see if we get it. We do not get it, unfortunately. That's okay, though. That's okay. They can get the Morning Sun off. Yep. I definitely would have died. Oh, well. Get a Rapid Spin off. Crest is back. That was a good play on this. Yep, Moonlight. That was a good play. That was a good play either way. Like, I really respect that play. I think that was just your best case scenario for you. You just get to get rid of... You potentially get to come back to full. And that was the only Pokemon that could happen on because Palace won at Ice Shard. So honestly, very good play. It's only Moonblast and Shadow Ball though, so it's not too big of a deal. Gonna go out for the U-turn here, which I am unfortunately faster. Not something we want to see. Shadow Ball, Moonblast. God, this thing's Superman speed? Holy. I think we can afford to go Thunderous once. We just want to use it to go for U-turns and waste a couple turns and stuff like that. They do go for Moonlight again. Yeah, so we're going to use it just to go for U-turns and pivot back into Cyclizar. Cyclizar won't be faster in the previous turn. Also, if they want to go Roaring Moon or anything. I mean, Cresselia just went from dying to back at full. So really well played. Really. I'm going to U-turn here. Always. It's all, and plus, like, if they switch out to, like, Roaring Moon on Thunderbolt, Nasty Plot, Torkoal, and there is more Roaring Moon. Perfect. That is a perfect turn for me. That is absolutely perfect. Could not have asked for a better turn there. Because we get enough damage on this for an extreme speed. Now, if this is Berry, which people like to run into me, we got to be careful. In order to be safe, I'm going to bring out Urshifu. Now, Urshifu does one of two things. One, it keeps Palestine healthy enough for Ambipom, which I am low-key threatened by. And two, it allows me to U-turn again and just keep up U-turn momentum. They've already used 2 Moonlights, so they are at 8 out of 6, so 6 out of 8. They have 6 left. I cannot talk. Unless they are not PP max, then they only have 3 left, which I would say is a terrible decision when in Draft League. Switches out, Fearing the Scarf, makes 100% sense. And Lawrence is the Torkoal again. Beautiful. So we're going to be able to get off a lot of damage on this with an incoming Mon after potentially just, I think Earthquake is my play with Palestine because it gives them a decision. It's like, okay, do you want to, brother, are you going to, are you going to Rapid Spin or are you going to take the hit or are you going to let me hit you with Earthquake? I do not care if Cresselia comes out. I care more about keeping Torkoal gone. So I will go for Earthquake here. If he wants to go for Rapid Spin, if he wants to go for Zone Rocks, that's fine. The Entei switch-ins are less and less if that's the case. The fact that Cresselia cannot calm mine up, I'm in a good spot. It's going to be a longer battle, isn't it? Oh, he's so good, bro. Yo, you're so good, Boff. Anyway, Earthquake was always the play. Considering I do have Cyclizar as my switch-in for the 100th time in a row, and I can pivot around and do things like that, I think I want to go for an Earthquake again. They can't do much damage to me, which is why I'm okay. I'll lose 50 damage here, but it's a low risk or low risk, high reward play. I don't care. I know he has Levitate, and I know he can switch here. I feel like Boff might want to take the initiative just because Cyclizar coming in for the umpteenth time would be very, very annoying in this case. So I feel like if there's a chance to pull a double, this could do it, but I'm still at enough HP to tank a hit from Roaring Moon, from Golden, and basically everything, even after this. So let's just go for Shadow Ball. That's fine. I'm surprised because Cyclizar was the mon that comes in always, right? But we're also wasting turns, which is completely fine. Wasting Sun turns, potentially getting off a U-turn as well, putting it in range of Sacred Fire. How many Sun turns are there? 2 turns left. Actually, Sacred Fire will not kill after, which is a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, we'll just swap. If he doubles now, anticipating this, because he can also fear Icicle Spear. I get that Cresselia is like such a... Palestine is a giant threat. If I go for Icicle Spear, he's in a bad spot. So he may end up fearing that. There's only one Mon that comes in that can do damage. I mean, there's also Ambipom. All right, good. He didn't switch. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, I thought it was fine because, again, the 50 HP shouldn't make too much of a difference. And that is where he found out it did. U-turn does not put it in range of Sacred Fire unless Sun is up, which is so unfortunate. Another Amber. Yo, another Flooding Alert. Yo, I've been getting them all day. And they're just going later and later. All right, we'll go for U-turn here. Moonlight. That puts him at, I would say, 5. That's 5. So he's 5 left. But me getting paralyzed is actually really good because, I mean, it means I actually do get the extra damage too. And if he wants to get up Sun after, it's better for me. Like, Moonblast does not do much. Yeah, Moonblast does not do much. So we go for U-turn here. Again. Every single time. We know this is basically max defense Cresselia as well, so my Urshifu might actually be faster. And if he wants to try and switch out, that's fine too. Basically, again, just keeping it lower. Doesn't matter if I get paralyzed a couple times too. I got regen. I can always bring it back. And I'm just able to do the same thing again and again between Thundurus and this. Thundurus and Cyclizar. U-turn, 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 U-turn. Waste Moonlights and kind of go from there. So we're going to do this exactly as I just said. Thunderbolt would be really good too, to be honest. Just 'cause I don't lose much from going for it. I think I can afford to go for one Thunderbolt here. I don't want him switching out into Torkoal on U-turn or Golden Go as well. I just want... If I get chip on Torkoal, I feel like Entei just has it. I really do. And also, like, if he wants to try and go cheeky Golden Go on the attack, I'll be fine. Plus, they don't do much to me with Moonblast, and I can U-turn out anyway into Cyclizar. I just want to see... I'm kind of trying to condition Boff, but also not trying to like play in a way that I'm out of Mons and he's out of Mons too. At this point, I do think I have more value just because rocks are up. And if Torkoal comes out, it's Fizdef Torkoal, man. This Thunder... I only have 80 special attack investment, but like whatever comes in is not going to appreciate this Thunderbolt. Yeah, there is the Torkoal. So this is great. He expected a U-turn. I get beautiful damage off. And now like I can just safely go for a U-turn after. I can safely go for a U-turn after. I can also Rain Dance here, to be honest. But I will go for U-turn. Even if he stays in, this is fine. I do think, though, that him losing Sun Mode when he has Venusaur plus Roaring Moon is not good for him. So I will U-turn, because if he brings out Cress and takes the U-turn and stuff, again, Sacred Fire does pick up a KO. The tree, that is Venusaur. That is Venusaur. Okay. So Venusaur comes right out. Threat. Threat alert. Threat alert. How do I want to deal with this? From this situation. I think I Boom Burst. Because what Boom Burst... First off, I live Sludge Bomb. Secondly, what Boom Burst does is it pops a Chilam Berry if my opponent has a Chilam... Yo, you floating, bro? You good? Exorcist over here. It pops the Chilam Berry, which is important. So that way, I can put it in range of extreme speed, no matter what. I like Boom Burst a lot. Even if they go Golden Go, I like Boom Burst a lot, so I'm going for it. I live Sludge Bomb. If they want to Terrastallize, that's fine too. If they Terrastallize, let's say, into a Fire type, then they take 25% per Stealth Rock next. Also, there's not enough Sun Turns. So we are going to go for Boom Burst, and it is going to put it in range of, again, my next attack. And again, I'll live Sludge Bomb. I saying that, I have not calced it, but I believe it. And because I believe... Plus, they have to fear Thunder Wave, in my opinion. Yep, they activate my weakness policy. We do live. Perfect. Weakness policy is activated. This should kill. I believe that is a dead Venusaur. We'll see, though. Yeah, it was Life Orb. Okay, this should definitely kill. Nice. All right. First KO for Carnage in this game. Nice job, fam. I don't have to worry about Venusaur sweeping me. I do have to worry about Ambipom. Also, we're +2 in the Sun, so I knock out Golden Go. And if Crest comes out, I can Encore it. So, like, we're looking pretty good right now. The weakness policy is nice. If they're not speed boost on Roaring Moon, which you kind of don't have to be into my team because it's pretty good into my team, period. If they're not speed boost, I am faster, and I do knock it out as well, Boom Burst. So, we're looking pretty decent right now, I will say. I think we're looking pretty decent. What's my speed tier? So, I am +1 speed. So divide that by 2, that would be 222. So it's 444 is my speed right now. If they go Crest and they paralyze me, I'm at 222, and Cresselia is 206 min, which means I actually beat it 1v1. This is the Ambipom to the top. Goat coming out. I respect you. 2 turns of Sun left. Perfect, perfect. They should definitely fake out. So I'm going to Boom Burst on the first one. It is normal gem boosted. Mister, are you last resort? Are you last respect? Oh, shoot. Ambipom picked up the second KO in the game. Yo! It's Acro. It's definitely Acro. It has to be Acro. I think it's literally Acrobatics. It has to be Acrobatics, right? It has to be Acrobatics. All right, we're going to go Palace Wine, and we're going to click Avalanche because Avalanche into Ice Shard does KO. That's still big because I don't have to worry about losing to Venusaur. So I'm going to go for Avalanche. I'll live Low Kick. U-turn. Covet. They stole my Eviolite. You jerk. Give that back. All right, but Avalanche is doubled in power right now, and it does put it in range of Ice Shard. So, and Sunlight does go down. He stole my Eviolite. Bro, what a jerk. What a jerk. If Golden Go wants to come out, I'll be okay. And that's already in range of extreme speed now, too. So, Paolo, you want to pick up a KO here for me, buddy? Or are you going to go Crest? I'm okay with Crest coming out. We always get the U-turn, Thunderbolt, the U-turn combo. We kind of overwhelmed that. The big U-turn on Roaring Moon was so good. Was so good for this game. He can save this. It does live. But, like, He would have to go Torkoal on Ice Shard and then double to Crest on the next turn. Or just go hard Crest now, which I think is fine too. Me losing my Eviolite though is pretty big because Roaring Moon does knock me out. However, Ice Shard and E-Speed will always knock out even a bulky Roaring Moon. So we should be okay. I think so. Yo, Emapalm smacking... Emapalm smacking my Screamtail was not on my bingo card. Yeah, Palace Fight getting a KO. Let's go, Cameron. Woo! All right, Emapalm goes down. No Sun, Roaring Moon, Golden Go, Crest, and Torkoal. And this kind of like thing, right? Like he brought Boots on Torkoal, which was fair. You want Boots so that way, because it's your only form of hazard control, and it's very easy for me to get up rocks in this game. Very, very easy. Both Metagross is a good rocker and a Crest, and that's why he has Shadow Ball plus Moonblast to hit both Metagross plus Overqwell. There is the Golden Go. It's always Cyclizar. Always Cyclizar. Also, I have an Urshifu at full HP, which will not die to even a Banded Outrage. Actually, it will. From Roaring Moon. But if it is Banded, we're good. So we always go Urshifu here. I mean, sorry. We always go Cyclizar. Take the hit, go for U-turn. Let's see if you see Nasty Plot. Make it rain. Perfect. So I actually don't die at all to this. And I don't die to the Focus Blast after. And if I go for U-turn... If I go for U-turn and they bring out Torkoal, I'm in a good spot. Again, this damage on them is really, really nice. I'm feeling pretty good right now. We're in a commanding position, I feel. I'm in with a Paralyzed Mon, and this is probably the one time I ever feel like I'm in a commanding position. This Mon, Cyclizar, is so good. I heard a lot of people, shout out to RS Slice, thinks that Cyclizar is really one-dimensional. I feel like week 1 I used Shift Gear, which you weren't able to really see it do anything, but it was really good in Mox. And then week 2, obviously, I'm using AV, but I feel like it's like Tornadus. It's like Tornadus. I wish it could Shed Tail. I think it's really hard to argue that Cyclizar's Shed Tail is more broken than Earthworm, and hear me out. Slow Shed Tail is guaranteed into a Pokemon. Fast Shed Tail, your Shed Tail pops. Your Shed Tail pops. Your what's it called? Your I can't speak, but your Shed Tail pops, and also like Cyclizar also like you're using it only for that. It's not doing great. This should be my homie. Free homie. Free Brody. But yeah, basically your Shed Tail pops and your Pokemon doesn't really get to do its setup. But with Slow from Earthworm, it does. Yes, you get more. Also, you're more likely to get roared, I think, when it's that Mon. We'll go for E-Speed just to be safe. It will pick up the KO from that range. I don't feel like missing Sacred Fire at this point. I just want to get rid of Torkoal. Perfect. Entei picks off Torkoal. Noise. Scream. Pylo. Entei. Yeah, Assault Vest or Shifu already kills. How much HP is Cresselia at? That's the #1 question. Extreme Speed will be able to knock out Roaring Moon. If Roaring Moon happens to be Chilamberry, then at least it dies to Ice Shard after, and it won't beat Urshifu even with Acro. I guess if it's Attack Booster plus Chilamberry, it's a little annoying. Yeah, again, unfortunately, I don't knock this guy out. But what can you do to me? You don't do much. It's just a free Cyclizar, and I just pivot around. Cyclizar are kind of nice. Cyclizar are really kind of nice. Also, I can always go into Urshifu and U-turn too. Get a stronger one off. 8 out of 5, which means there's Thunder Wave. They're probably going to go for their next one now, which will put them at 4. Because if they don't, they get screwed. I can also mess around with them via Weather Ball right there. So they only have 4 left. I think this is the first time on Wi-Fi I've stalled out Moonlights. Well, I actually had to do it with Slack Off from that one Mon. Again, I'm going to assume max defense, but I don't have to. I also don't think this Pokemon's HP matters much. Just Cragis. Look at Cragis doing stuff. Yeah, I don't think this Pokemon's HP matters much. So we'll just go for Thunderbolts. Keep them low. I can also go for Rain Dance just so they don't have the recovery that they think they have. Or they can't recover as much as they want to, rather. But Thunderbolt into... If they bring out Golden Go, I two-shot. It does 44. If they go out to Roaring Moon, I am a very physically defensive. I am so physically defensive on this set that I think Cragis will live. All right, what is it? All right, you got to be banded. Gotta be banned and knock me out. Don't para. I don't want that. I don't want that luck. Sunlight faded. Oh, never mind. It doesn't knock me out, period. Cool. So you cannot knock me out, and I get a U-turn off here. I live always. I am physically defensive. This mon lives +6 as Azumarill. Yep, that did not even half. So was not banned at all. And then U-turn. Hey, Kurjis, you got one more KO in this than you did the entirety of the P4G. Let's go. Why is the whole team picking up KO? That's funny. Thundi, Entei, Screamtail, and Palo. All right. It's time, Urshifu. I choose you, buddy. Now, they only have Moonblast and Shadow Ball, so they actually can't really touch this mon anyway. Can I get a KO every single mon here? Is that still possible? What died? I kind of just, like, I feel I'm in a good position. I feel in a decent position. Golden Go, I'm going to assume is choiced. Make it rain. I'm going to assume Golden Go is choiced. I'm positive I'm faster than you. I think you're Fizz Def. I think you're fully Fizz Def. Like, actually fully Fizz Def. So, I'm going to go for the U-turn. And worst case, what? I get paralyzed on this mon. If the U-turn goes through after I get paralyzed, I think I knock them out with Entei, Sacred Fire. So, Tage does his job. And then the biggest threat is Nasty Plot, Salic Berry, Golden Go. Yep, I am faster as expected. Cool. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I don't want to mess around too much. Maybe they Thunder Wave me. Let's see. Otherwise, there are 3 Moonlights left after this. They do go for Moonlight, so he only has 3. That's fine. Moonblast isn't going to do too much anyway, and we're just going to be wearing Cresselia down with Thunderbolt, 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 Thunderbolt. Yeah, 3 Moonlights left. Just do my damage. What, 25%? My chip? Chip. Oh, 30? A little bit more, a little bit more. That did nothing. They have to heal here. I am going to actually go for Rain Dance. That way they get less heals. Now, I don't have a lot, but like, and obviously this makes my Sacred Fire worse, but they have less heals if they do this. So, yep. So they only have 2 left, and they get less heals from this. 2. It gets less heals, and I can just start firing off some Weather Balls. Weather Ball's stronger than Thunderbolt. By marginally so. 3%, so. Fire off a Weather Ball here. This would be so nice if I had Urshifu as well with Charging Strikes, but I obviously don't. So they're going to Moonblast me here. And my homie is going to be able to live the hit as well. And Thunderous is going to pick up another KO? Oh, shoot. All right, this is good, though, because I get to also... Like, again, if it was a Nasty Plot set, it would have to be sub Nasty Plot, Focus Blast, Make It Rain. They can't get to Salic. They cannot get to Salic. And also, my Urshifu lives a +2 Shadow Ball, always. And my Urshifu's not paralyzed, so it's guaranteed. So I do potentially get this as well. So Thunderous picked up Cresselia, the Rain Dance Tech, stop the recovery, and then get this homie out. They do go for Focus Blast. I think they're choiced. I think they're Scarf. Now, clearly I'm not fast, so I'm not fast in this set. Probably could have just went into there, to be honest. But like, it would have to be sub and Nasty. Like, none of that will work. How many turns? 1 turn of rain left. Perfect. So I can just use that to U-turn out. We actually want them to be locked in the Float Splash. So this is their 3rd out of 8. So they have 5 left. Paralyzed right there. A little bit unfortunate. U-turn again. He has hit 4, I think, now. 4 Focus Blast. Score a little closer. Obviously, differential does matter in some games. That's 4 Focus Blasts. I'm Inner Focus. I am Pressure. Ooh. All right, so he only has 2 Focus Blasts into me, which means it's a definite loss. Because the first one doesn't kill, and the second one means you're done. This is assuming, of course, Brody misses Sacred Fire. Or Focus Blast crits me. Because I'm assuming it's Scarf Golden Go. They'll find out, because I am faster otherwise. It's not Scarf Golden Go. We're going to outspeed them, knock them out with Sacred Fire, and that is going to win. And the LA Wakers go 2-0 in the PPL Pokemon Draft League. Entei picking up 2 KOs and Thundy picking up 2 KOs. Not bad, honestly. I'm glad that this Thundurus is doing a lot. I really did love Thundurus Theory whenever I used it, and I'm happy this one did. That was a great game, though, in the buff. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you let me know by leaving a like. Consider subscribing. On my way to 500,000 subs. And sub to my boy Boff. I'm going to hit him up if he's down to do a post-game interview. And then I will see you guys in that. And if not, I'll see you guys next week. Peace, where we take on the Regenerator team in Vepsis. So we are here with IronBoffin, the post-game interview. Having a good look at the item on Golden Go, guys.
Hello.
How you doing, bro? That was a great game.
That was a great game. You know, at the end of the day, it's about having fun, right? You know, we don't need to like note the score or anything. You know, maybe just like a pass-fail. You know, it's fine.
No, I mean, period. It was a really good game. When you took my Eevee, I was like, yo, give that back.
IronBoffin, my boy. I was like, this is gonna work. This is gonna be great. Look at my boy. He's gonna do something.
It was nice. I felt like you were setting up for like Roaring Moon endgame potentially, or anything like that. And I was like, I honestly doubted that it would KO my Screamtail.
I was like, yeah, I got this. I was like, I think the roll was like 50% to go. I think the full roll was like 30% max. I'm like, yeah, that's about close.
You had an insane amount of special attack EVs, bro. Bro, I'd be saying like he has like 15, 24.
Nah, I'm there to hit. Well, it's because like versus like Banded Entei outside of Sun and like Urshifu even, I always took the hits and I could always Moonlight. So I was like, okay, as long as I could always take the hits, like I can just throw off some damage, like so it's not super passive.
Yeah, you went for the hit Metagross and Quillfish, Hisuian Quillfish,
yep.
Maybe Overquill angle.
I was so afraid of Overquill because I was like, if he's like Manual Rain Overquill, I'm stuck in such bad spots with like my Torkoal and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the, and a lot of people were telling me that too. I feel like that's like the main drawback. I love your team, but one spinner is, I mean, one spinner, it doesn't matter, right? But it's the fact that it's your Sunsetter kind of hurts. Like
he's my Sunsetter, he's a Stealth Rocker because I can't always bring Rhydon.
Yeah.
He's definitely wearing too many hats for my boy here. He's got a lot of hats on, so maybe that's something I'll try to move. But I also like didn't realize how few options there were in terms of Rapid Spin and Defog coming back.
Yeah.
I like looked in Showdown, I'm like, oh my god, there's like less than like what, 20. There's like none. Like every team can't have one.
So I feel like hazard control is not important in SV draft, and I've won the PPL season 1 without any hazard control at all. But I think when you're using Sun, it's a little bit different of a story just because you know you need your Torkoal to come in. It's not infinite Sun, right? You need your Torkoal to come in to do it. So maybe
if you want to come in more, you wear the boots, but if you wear the boots, you can't wear the heat rock, so you run out of Sun faster, so you got to switch in more. It's definitely very awkward, and it made it really hard too because like I just run out of turns before I could like actually get into Venusaur. I could actually get into Moon Presence with like some damage potential because like I switch into Lawrence and then there's like 3 turns of awkward pivoting, and then I think I got into Moon Presence with like 1 turn of Sun left.
And then it ended. Yeah, then it ended instantly.
And I was like, okay, that's fine.
And then it happened to hit into my bold Thundurus.
That was it who outsped when Goldango outsped at the end? I'm like, oh, this thing's slow.
Yeah, only a couple points faster than you. So it lives +6 Azumarill's Aqua Jet, which is Yeah, so
I thought about bringing Belly Drum too, but I was like, well, that's not gonna work if I try to bring Sun. So that's an unfortunate another unfortunate part of the team. I have to kind of choose whether I'm gonna bring Azu or I'm gonna bring Sun.
I feel like you have a lot of good modes into that though, like because you have Roaring Moon, which can function on Dragonets outside of it. You have Golden Go, which is incredible, and then Azu, like those 3, and then you can do like some sort of defensive thing with like Cresselia, Vaporeon, flip turning around. But like I agree with what you said. It was really hard to get in your guys by the time, like even when Roaring Moon came out, I was like, okay, Sun's here. I can live if it's banded. Wait, Sun just faded. Okay, I don't have to care anymore.
And I like knew it was gonna fade, but I was like, maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I miscounted.
What was
I really think?
Oh, go ahead, please. No.
I really wanted to bring Vaporeon just for like the flip turn because like if I at least get Torkoal in, he sets up Sun. I can go into Vaporeon. I can flip turn. And it's a lot easier to get into my threats like that.
Yeah,
I might have less turns, but I can't be mad. IronBoffin did what he was supposed to do. So
it did. Cool. I mean, dude, it stopped the carnage. It literally stopped the carnage. Just right there.
Stopped him. You can't beat those hands. You got 4 of them.
Dude, I was so impressed when it killed me. I was like, yo, what?
It's like, it's crazy. Like, I didn't even realize that. I knew like Covet was a move, but I didn't realize it was like Technician boosted still.
Yes.
I was like, oh, that's actually crazy that it's Technician boosted and I get to steal an item. Like,
yeah,
that's
it's like it's 90 base power like knockoff essentially.
It's
which
so
is really
great.
Cool. And or like switcheroo or trick, whatever. So the reason I boom bursted in front of Venusaur, even though you could have growth, was because if you were Chalanberry, which some people might start running for Entei, I felt like maybe offensive. Bro just made so many changes for his game versus me. I hate him. Sorry. he has like an hour left and he did all these changes. Anyway, I hate him.
He's like, I know who I'm playing.
Yeah, literally, I hate him. Shout out Bepsis. I already started prepping for that. Whatever. Yeah, if you were Chalanberry, I was like, okay, Boom Burst will put it in range of the extreme speed anyway, and if you go for Giga Drain after, I can Encore if you even had Giga Drain, because I wasn't sure what you could fit. Because Terra Blast Fairy made sense for Cyclizar, and Beam Fairy was good, and obviously Sludge Bomb's good for my Fairy, Earth Power you want for Venusaur, and then Weather Ball's for Metagross, and Weather Ball's even stronger. And so that's just like Weather Ball's your strongest move into my team without like.
And the only reason I brought Earth Power and Weather Ball was because I was like, okay, if Entei comes in and Terra Normals, I'm going to need to be able to hit it one way or the other. So I was like, I better bring both. And I didn't need Grass because like I didn't need like Energy Ball or Giga Drain or anything, because Terra Blast also hits the Urshifu. So I was like, that'll cover that check too.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like that a lot. I was Spadef, Max Spadef for Shifu.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I was thinking about the end game.
Was AV? Oh, you were AV. I thought you were Scarf.
No.
I was like, okay, the way you came in versus Roaring Moon, I'm like, he's Scarf. Okay, he's Scarf.
Well, my thought process was you can't kill it even with Bandit, and Acro will do a lot, but it can't kill me. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go this and go for U-turn. Like Urshifu was actually surprisingly, like not surprisingly, it's base 100 HP, but like it takes special hits. Like it can live +2 Giga Drain from Life Orb Venusaur. Like,
yeah, no, it's a monster. And I'm like, how come it hits so hard and I can't kill it with a clean hit? Like this thing will live everything.
Yeah, literally. That's all I was like. When I brought in a Crest, I was like, dude, that's defensive Crest. There's no way you have actual speed for me. I'm happy we had this run back though. Obviously, the first time we played years ago did not go as well.
No,
as well. But this one was fire,
I felt like it was a good game. And even toward the end, I was like, I'm still in this. If Goldango maybe could have missed a move or two. I was getting really lucky with the paraturns though, so I definitely like. It's just crazy that was the RNG payback was that I wouldn't miss.
Yeah.
That was pretty wild. But it would have been. I'm pretty sure Urshifu always comes in, even at like that late stage game. Urshifu always comes in and kills me. I'm pretty sure because I don't think I had that much HP left. I took like 4 turns of rocks.
Yeah, I mean you had Recover, but Fire Punch will eventually outdamage. Plus Entei doesn't die to Shadow Ball. Like you're not. So I was like thinking about like, okay, what if he's nasty plot Salic Berry? But it's like he can't do both, and also Urshifu will live if he gets that low to Salic Berry type of thing. Because my whole thing with Cyclizar was I had Temper Flare. So if I get paralyzed or I go for Rapid Spin as Golden Go, because I knew I'd get paralyzed if you did Crest. It could be Calm Mind as well. Temper Flare gets doubled, right? So in the sun as well, it kills.
Oh my god, that would hurt.
Yeah, it's really cool. I was hoping.
Thrown back.
Dude, I was hoping you went Golden Go Brawl, Rapid Spin, or a full para, and that Temper Flare doubled, dude. I was like, oh, this mon's so cool.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. Like that was like I was like, okay, I'll spin block. Like that's what this is supposed to do. And then I'm like, I'm gonna take a lot of damage on my Golden Go. I better not switch into Cyclizar when like Crest is free. Like I sponged the U-turn, I can usually heal it off.
Yeah.
Like, and that was just like the ugly pivoting of the early game. It was like, okay, Crest comes in and heals. You switch in, then I switch around. I get some back up, then I go back into Crest and heal.
Yeah, and mine just happens to have regen, which makes it a little bit harder
hard
for you to do something. Yeah.
And then also it was just like I can't like why click Moonblast in front of it when you're just gonna heal it all. You're gonna get it all back anyway.
Yeah, I went for Rain Dance at the end, so that way one Weather Ball stronger, but also was like, let me just limit these. Let me limit these Moonlights. But then I was like, wait, I just also weakened my Sun. So, or I weakened my Entei Sacred Fire. I was like, it's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We got turns.
That end game, I was like, wait, I kind of wish I had Surging Strike still on Shifu because I could weather.
Yeah,
but I feel like I needed CC because it's 2 KO. Dude, Urshifu's stupid. It 2 KOs max Vaporeon.
It's so stupid. Like, it's so stupid. That was literally the calc that I didn't bring it. I'm like, well, if I can't take a hit from Urshifu, I'm not gonna bring it because I'm like, yeah, I have Water Absorb to punish like a choice Surging Strikes, but I'm like, you're not gonna do that because like I can just sit there in front of you.
Exactly.
So I'm like, okay, and I'm like, well, how do I take close combats? I don't take close combats. Good to know.
I do. I really do like your Sun team. One thing I felt like could have been really annoying to me, which is why I went more physically defensive. Eventually, I was max special defense Palace Wine to take like Make It Rains and like Solar Beam from Venusaur, whatever. I went more defensive because I felt like Choice Band, Roaring Moon, and the Sun. Was
and
very
honestly,
scary.
that was the first set. The first Roaring Moon on the team was Choice Band, and it was so good because the damage was crazy. But I was so afraid of Nasty Plot Thunderous just being a problem, because I'm like, if at any point, because Thunderous is faster than basically my whole team, barring Moon Presence. So I'm like, if Thunderous comes in and Nasty Plots, things have to die to let me get Moon Presence back in, and then I still don't even kill unless Sun's up.
Fair.
And if you're that Nasty Plot set, you run Focus Blast and you kill me with +2 anyway.
Yeah, fair. Makes sense.
So the AV was for that, and then it was also for Poltegeist, because Poltegeist was also super scary.
I'm glad you respected it. I'm glad you respected it.
That's why Bicolash has beat up to like beat up weak armor, Shell Smash, Focus Sash, Poltegeist. I'm like, well, just in case this comes.
I love this. I love this a lot. I'm glad you respected it too. I think it's such a cool mod.
Well, I was mocking with Chase against it, and it literally swept me like 3 times, and I'm like, okay, like, and it didn't even matter like how I played against it. Like, it came in and it would get Shell Smash, and I'm like, okay, I need to figure something out here. Like, something has to be able to take a hit. And Moon Presence with AV like literally sits in front of it, so I was like, okay, I have to bring the AV because it's good against Thundy, and it can save me from a Shell Smash sweep against Poltegeist, which
fair. Yeah.
And with the Sun, it's still the damage, but again, like I ran into the issue where I don't get many Sun turns with Moon Presence.
Yeah, I think that was a big thing too, and I get it as well. Cause like you said, I like this Thunder Wave, Moonblast, Shadow Ball. The coverage makes sense. You have the neutral on Quill, and you have the super effective on Metagross to deal with. Citrus Berry makes sense too because you can actually live 2 Sacred Fires, like you said, and you Moonlight off or Thunder Wave. Like I like the whole thing. Like you said, the biggest issue for you was just getting in them on. When I did mocks, the biggest issue, like I would get a kill, and then Banded Roaring Moon would come out. So like it'd be trade for trade for trade.
And that's how my early mocks went with the Banded Moon, and I really liked it. But then, like I just said, like I lost to Nasty Plot Thunderous, or I lost to Shell Smash.
Makes sense.
And I'm like, I can't bring this whole team and then just lose to those if they come in. And like, I don't have an answer if they come in.
Yeah. Honestly, it makes a lot of sense too, because like I just set up in front of Venusaur. Venusaur doesn't do that much damage. You are faster than me, which is smart, but like I can take a hit if I really need to and do damage back. And I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of cool sets I want to bring. Say what?
That Venusaur set, I was just like, okay, I'm clicking a move. I'm done switching around this. I'm clicking Sludge Bomb. I need damage.
No, I was happy. I get to show off Screamtail being a little bit more offensive to immediately have its dream crushed by Amapom. But
Vaporeon was I was like really excited to bring it. I'm like, I know it's probably not the best bring, but like Vaporeon was bad, and I'm like, well, this is gonna do a job because Piloswine was bulky enough to be a problem, and it's not like I want to be in with Moon Presence and take Ice Shards and trade a hit or anything. So
it literally did its job, bro.
It did its job. It did what it was there to do, and it was just good speed because like my team was looking kind of slow, so I was like, I need some speed.
Yeah, fair. Just like we did our job at the final A Drive Marathon.
That's it. Job done. What do you mean final? There's no Alestrals part 2?
I hope so. I've been telling him straight up, like, yeah, bro, I want to play Alestrals. Can we do an Alestrals marathon? There's this other game, I don't know if you heard of it, Pokemon Legends ZA, which is perfect for us to play. I actually like legitimately still. I don't know if you saw, I was in the Elestriad. Got one win. Got one win.
I saw you get your win. That was the important win. That was the reverse.
It was the win so my team could get into playoffs. So that's all that mattered. Yeah. Don't count the fact that if I had won any of the other regular season, we might have still made playoffs anyway.
You didn't have to win those. You won when you had to win.
Yeah, it's true. I really enjoy the game. Obviously, I love Penterras like a lot.
Yep.
Still collecting them. Still collecting Hydreigs. They're so.
I'm waiting for my break to show up.
Hell yeah! Oh yeah, me too. It was supposed to, I think, ship potentially Friday, but I didn't get any email, so I'm still waiting because I want to open up cards. They're so fun to open up.
I still have a Frostfall, and I'm like, yes.
Go and pull some Stellars. For those that don't know what Stellars are, they're the shiny versions of cards, and they're way cooler than Hollows because Hollows are fun, but
because they're rare.
You find a card, exactly. They're serialized. That's it. Like there's some cards there's only 10 of them in the world, and then some other cards are only 99 in the world. So you get like, I got like a Stellar Equilinx.
I saw that. I was jealous.
Yeah, I traded it with
Tyler. You traded it?
He gave me 6 kick Kickstarter boxes. I was like, yeah, I had to make the trade.
Oh my god.
I had to make the trade so I can pull more stellars to send them back to him to get more boxes to keep going.
There you go. That's how you do it. Infinite box glitch.
Literally, that's what we said.
I still have so many. I probably still have like 15 of the Kickstarter boxes because I like finished my binder and then I'm like, yeah, I don't need to open these anymore.
Did you pull any stellars?
I pulled 2 Stellar Exaltair.
Oh, that's fire.
So I got 2% of the population.
Which is insane, by the way. Which is insane, just to think about. That's why that stuff is
quite
so
a number.
Cool. But we're talking about Pokemon, I guess, yeah.
It's the Alestro's Glaze session. We're there.
Not sponsored, but I do have a link down below if you guys are interested, and you can use my link to pick them up.
Just kidding, kind of sponsored.
But yeah, man, I'm very happy that our game this time went a lot better than the last time we first played, and also that we were able to play as well, and that you're back in draft. I think it's really cool.
I'm so excited. Like, honestly, it's been like, it's a lot to learn again because like everything's different, but it's so much fun. And I also hated Z moves in general, but I do
too.
I love the Scarlet Violet game in general, so I'm so excited to be like back and playing Draft League.
Dude, it looks so good too.
0-2. I don't even care that I'm 0-2. It's fun.
Shoot,
and at least I'm in the games.
Yeah,
I'm in the games. I can't ask for anything. I haven't been blown out yet.
And you got 7 more. You got 7 more.
I just gotta get 1 win. That was the goal. 1 win, and then maybe a winning record at the end. That's the stretch goal.
Hell yeah! I think it's time. Freaking go for it.
I believe it.
I'm very excited though. Like I can't get over the fact that Veps has changed all of his team before our fight. Like, he changed the Terra type for a Shifu, and then he changed 17 Pokemon. How dare he?
Counter team.
I'm excited to watch your games as we go forward, obviously, and like, just get to see you play. It's been so long. When we hung out, it was very fun. I very much like you as a person. And
stop! I'm gonna blush.
And I'm just excited, dude, to see you playing. And I really do hope that we do some type of marathon for Lestros or anything.
Heck yeah.
At some point together, because that's just like a lot of fun. Is there anything you want to tell the people? Anything about upcoming content or anything you're doing?
No, just maybe root for a little Rochester Rhydons, maybe get our first win. That's all we got. That's all we got going on.
Rhydon was one of my favorite draft mons. I drafted it twice.
I love it. It was called AIM. It's there. It's a mascot pick for me, and it does its job. It always does its job. It hits hard. It takes hits. I don't have to worry about hidden power anymore.
Yep. No random hidden power grass coming through.
Yep.
Dealing with him. I love Rhydon. It's such a sick mon.
He's so cool.
I love that whole line. I'll be honest. I'm a big fan.
That's why they started, they peaked. He was #1 for a reason.
Yeah, fair. But please, guys, go and subscribe to Boff. Channel link will be down below. Go watch his side as well. Show him some love. That was a great game. I went into this game thinking, okay, we're going to be in a 10-minute game. I'm going to go chill after
I'm going to
this.
blow this guy out.
No. But all my mocks were like 10 minutes win or like 10 turns win or lose. You either brought
it was
offense.
Very ugly pivoting.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, this was like, no, I'm going to U-turn around because that's a little harder. But it was a great game. Subscribe to Boff, and I will see you guys in the next week. Peace.
Goodbye.